And we're back. Y'all seem to like the other mock draft videos, so today I'm back, but this time we're doing a 2-round mock draft video. So that's going to be what today's video is going to be about. I'm recording this on December 31st, so New Year's Eve. Have nothing really else to do, and first video of the new year will go out tomorrow, and this will be it. So hopefully y'all enjoy it, and let's get into this one. So, first overall, I am going to make some changes to my previous draft statements. We're obviously here, the consensus number 1 overall pick for the Raiders is going to be Fernando Mendoza. But now the Giants at 2. If they stick and pick here, I think it's going to be Avril Reese, because he can play both edge rusher, and I talked about this in the other video. He's very versatile. He can play edge, he can play off ball, and he's a great run defender. He's very athletic. I mean, really good season with Ohio State, and Ohio State plays tonight, actually. They're losing to Miami as we speak. I think the last time I checked it was 14-0, so we'll have to see how that goes in the college football playoffs. But Avril Reese going to go here at 2. Now the Jets go to get their franchise quarterback in Dante Moore. We'll have to see how that goes, but he had a really good season with Oregon this year. Over 3,000 passing yards, 28 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. And they'll play Texas Tech tomorrow. And that'll probably be when this video goes out. But very accurate, 72% completion percentage. And if we were able to look at his stats as a runner, I think he's very young. He's a redshirt sophomore. And he's 6'3", has the prototypical build of a quarterback. I mean, he's trending up. He started here, and his draft position went down, and then all the way back up, and right now he's sitting number 3 overall to the Jets. Hopefully he doesn't get cursed. I would really like to see Dante Moore succeed in the NFL, but here at 4 with the Tennessee Titans, they have Tony Pollard, they have Tyjae Spears. Pollard is on the last year of his deal. Spears has a 5th year, or he doesn't have a 5th year option. I don't know if they re-signed him or not, but trying to get some Cam Ward some help, and I think it's between one of these 2 receivers. I mean, Jordan Tyson, he's injury prone. I think he had a collarbone. He broke his collarbone earlier this season. Only played in 9 of the 12 available games, and only recorded 61 catches for 711 yards. Now, if you're going based off 2024, he was at least a top 3 pick based on those stats. But now, I think he's going to fall. And I was, like I said in the last draft video that I did, which was Monday, make sure to go check that out. I'll have it linked in the description below. But Cardell Tate, very high on him. He only played in 10 games. He missed 2 games, and then came back against in the rivalry against Michigan and recorded a very spectacular game. And I think that, you have the receiver controversy between Jordan Tyson and Cardell Tate. Who is the number 1? Obviously, like I said, I think it's more impressive to be the number 2 option and record more stats to be the number 1 option and record basically the same stats. And the thing is, the Titans at wide receiver, I feel like they're the Green Bay Packers, but instead of having number 2 receivers, they have number 3 receivers. I think Chimere DK, great punt returner, great kick returner, most all-purpose yards this season, I believe. And Alec Iomanner, great slot options, but I don't think they're that prototypical number 1 receiver. For that reason, I'm going to have the Titans going with Cardell Tate here. At number 5, I think this is too early for Arizona to take offensive line, which is what they really need. And I think they are just taking best player available. And, I mean, the question is, who do you have at edge? I mean, you have Darius Robinson, but he was injured basically all of this season. B.J. Ojolari, same thing, injured as well. So, I think David Bailey is a very good option. Obviously, edge rushers in this class have shorter arms, but David Bailey recorded 14 sacks this season, and he's versatile as well. I mean, he could play inside if he has to and over the tackle, but he's your edge rusher, pass rusher prototype. And I believe David Bailey could really help that Cardinals front seven. I mean, who are you really going to play at edge? I mean, you have Xavier Collins, who moved from outside linebacker to edge rusher this past season, and just really has not been fantastic. Their pass rush is bottom league tier. And I believe David Bailey could be really good for them. So we're going to have him going here at 5. At 6, this is where I think Jordan Tyson should go. Obviously does have the injury concerns, but, I mean, he's good enough, and there's not a quarterback available on the board. If we look at the quarterback position, I mean, you have Ty Simpson, and his ranked is 57th. Could see him potentially go later in the draft. But now we have Jordan Tyson here, and if you're really going to build around a quarterback you take later, or if you're going to build around Shedeur Sanders or even Dillon Gabriel, which I think he's already out of the equation, but you never know. Players sometimes really work hard at it, but whoever the quarterback is, they need a top wide receiver, and Jordan Tyson could be that forever is passing the ball. I view that pick similar to the one that the Giants had when they took Malik Nabers. So, here at 7, the Washington Commanders, they need everything on defense. And by everything, I literally mean everything. They need edge, they need linebacker, they need DB. Now, you could argue Caleb Downs here, but, like, who do you value more? A defensive lineman who could immediately come and impact? Oh, my goodness. Or you have Caleb Downs, he can play in the box, he can play out of the box. I mean, I view him as a Kyle Hamilton type deal, who fell all the way to 14 in the draft. So, you have him, but you also have Peter Woods here. And Peter Woods could play edge, especially in 2024. We saw him line up outside the tackle 122 times, over the tackle 49 times, and in the gaps a good amount. I mean, he's very versatile, although he's not going to provide you many, like, pass rush snaps. He is going to provide run defense. And I believe here could be a good position for him to go. And if he ends up falling to 8, I think the Commanders may take him as well, because they both need interior defensive line. But with Peter Woods going here, next is going to be a question mark for the Saints, because Peter Woods, I have to guess, would be their main guy with them needing interior defensive line. But now, you have your guys on the boards. I mean, you have Ruben Bain, which he's really the only edge rusher is likewise to go here. And, I mean, the big question is, Cameron Jordan, is he going to retire, is he not? And if he doesn't retire, you have Chase Young, Cam Jordan, and Ruben Bain, along with Brian Bresee. So, if Cam Jordan doesn't retire, my thought process, if you draft Ruben Bain, is you move him inside. You move him down to defensive tackle, which with his shorter arm length is probably the better position for him, considering he's 6'3". His weight is not listed here, but he's definitely built for the defensive tackle position, I believe. And even, I mean, we saw him against Texas A&M. he was a game wrecker. Not always going to be that guy who gives you 15, 16, 17 sacks a season, but could be a really good contributing piece to a Saints team who is looking to be on the rise with Tyler Shough at quarterback now. So he's going to go here. And 9, I've seen Jeremiah Love go a lot here. And even myself, I believe Jeremiah Love is going to go here. In my last mock draft video, I took Jeremiah Love here. And I believe he will be the most likely to go here. But keeping your options open is always a thing. I mean, the Chiefs have wide receivers. But, I mean, like, you take edge to pair along with Chris Jones on that defense. I feel like with Isaiah Pacheco set to hit free agency next year, Jeremiah Love is going to go here. And here is where I think could be a good landing spot for Caleb Downs. But, obviously, you keep your options open. But with there being no offensive lineman on the board, you take best player available. If Peter Woods was there at that pick, but I don't really think that will happen, or even Ruben Bain, I think they would have taken one of those guys, but they went back-to-back. And Jeremiah Love, obviously, they have no need for running back with them having Chase Brown. I think you stick with your gut and you take Caleb Downs here. And now at 11, you have the Dolphins. And you have Malachi Lemon here. The big question is, what's going to happen to Tyreek Hill in the offseason? I mean, is he going to leave? Is he not? Is a big question. And Jalen Waddle is made of glass. Point blank. I mean, Quinn Ewers looking maybe to be starting next year with Tua's horrible contract. Maybe end up getting traded. Which I don't even know how you make the money work. But Malachi Lemon, he's had a really good season this year. 79 receptions, 1,156 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Arguably more productive than both the receivers that went earlier. And, I mean, you see this a lot with receivers like JSN who go inside the top 15. And they're built very similarly. I think JSN's like 6'1", maybe. Malachi Lemon, 5'11", almost 200 pounds. I mean, I feel like this would be a good landing spot for him. Get your wide receiver of the future. Have a cornerstone piece on a 5-year contract if you decide to accept the 5th-year option. So, we're going to have him go here. And now with the Rams. Did have the chance to try to trade up and draft Fernando Mendoza, but we don't know if Matt Stafford's going to retire. I mean, they need tackle, but like here, I don't really see a tackle going. I mean, Spencer Fano, I just don't have him very high on my board. Like, here, it's BPA. Mansur Delane and Gerard McCoy are both here. But, I mean, like, Sonny Styles just fell down the board. But I feel like they need corner more than they need linebacker. I mean, Nate Landman has been very, very good this season. And then you have Quentin Lake, who could also play in the box. So, Gerard McCoy would be the best option at this spot, I believe. So, we're going to have him going here. And now, this leaves Sonny Styles to fall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They need linebacker terribly. I mean, I don't even know who they have at linebacker. And Sonny Styles, very athletic. Can play in the box. And I don't really think they pass rush him much. I mean, he lined up at the defensive line 124 times this season. But he's in the box a lot. I mean, even he could play at safety. That's how athletic he is. I think that he would be a very good. This would be a very, very good spot for him to land. And he's going to go at 13. The last time the Bucs took an athletic linebacker in the top 15 was Devin White. We saw how that worked out. Hopefully, this doesn't happen to Zoe Styles, but this leads for Kendrick Falk, an edge rusher, and Kasharius Howell as well to both be here for 14. I mean, with Dallas trading away Micah Parsons, they do have another first-round pick down the board, which is Green Bay's. They need edge terribly. And the only other player I would have considered here would have been Jeremiah Love. But with the next running back up is Jonah Coleman, who is also my guy. Jonah Coleman, I really like him. I think he could be a very good prospect, whoever picks him in the second round. But, or even the third round, which would be an insane draft steal. But here I have Dallas going Kendrick Falk. Not only because he's a monster pass rusher, which he's a junior. He's 6'6", 285, which is absolutely insane. I mean, has that Tyree Wilson build. Hopefully he works out better than Tyree Wilson has so far. But, like, only 2 sacks this season is a little bit questionable, but 26 quarterback hurries, the 9-sack season last year, and they've lined him up in the gaps a little bit. Could definitely help a lot with that, run stopping and everything. I think he's a good pick for the Cowboys here. And now the Lions, who have not made the playoffs, and they really need DB. And who better but to give them Mansour Delane. Mansour Delane, I mean, 2 interceptions. He's a good tackler for a cornerback. I mean, he's lined up he can line up in the slot, he can line up at corner, he can even line up in the box, or even at safety. Not like the Lions need safety or anything, but I feel like Mansour Delane could be a really good fit for them. On the flip side, you need interior defensive line, and Caleb Banks is also here. Didn't record a sack this season. I mean, his draft stock really kind of plummeted. And on top of that, he only played 3 games. 3. He's a redshirt senior. I feel like that's a big turnoff for a team. And I think that's what's going to lead me to take Mansour Delane here instead of having them take Caleb Banks. And now with Baltimore, they're taking best player available. I mean, they took Mike Green last year in the first round. I mean, but you could also take Spencer Fano, slide down like Ronnie Stanley or whoever they decide to get to play right tackle for him, and then have Fano play left tackle or even right tackle. I mean, he didn't allow a sack this year, which is very good for draft stock, but definitely a player that I would be considering here for them, just for that very reason. They can slide him down to guard even. I think he has the height to do that. And the Vikings here, running back, center, DB listed as their needs. Avia Terrell is here. Obviously the brother of former Clemson cornerback AJ Terrell. I mean, he's been great. And even Avian Terrell has been fantastic. Didn't record an interception this year, but definitely a good tackler. I mean, on top of having Peter Woods, Clemson has some really good defenders with T.J. Parker here down the board, and I believe they may also have somebody else down the board. But I mean, like, Avia Terrell fits the Vikings more than I think that, say, Howell does. Although their pass rushers aren't getting much younger. I mean, Andrew Van Ginkel, not great, pretty old. But Avia Terrell could really help their defensive back room. So I'm going to have him going here to the Vikings. And here's the Jets pick from the Sauce Gardner trade. They need everything. They really do. They get their quarterback in Dante Moore. And Denzel Boston is here. One of my Washington guys. And what better way to set up a young quarterback, but with a fantastic target for him to throw to. 62 catches, 11 touchdowns, almost 900 receiving yards. Could really be good for a young quarterback's development. And I'm going to have him going here to the Jets. Now the Panthers, at pick 19, need edge. Linebacker and guard according to PFF. But, you could take somebody like Francis here, a tackle out of Miami. His stats, he's only allowed 2 sacks this season, only 5 quarterback hurries. And he's played completely at right tackle, but he's also played at right guard. He has a little bit of experience there. And he could really help this team, I believe. But there's also Howe here, who recorded 12 sacks this season. Obviously, they get knocked out of the playoffs by Miami, but just your pure edge rusher. And I think he could really, you draft Prince Umanmielen last year, that you drafted Nick Scorton last year. Those guys haven't been great, and you draft another edge to help develop with them. I think he could really help the front 7 of the Panthers. And now here is the Steelers. They need tackle. Francis, I think, could really help them. We just looked at him, only allowed 2 sacks. Aaron Rodgers could possibly retire after the season. And there's no real good DBs left on the board, at least for this spot. So I think Francis makes the most sense for them. At 21, this is the pick acquired for the Micah Parsons trade. The Cowboys need edge, linebacker, and safety. Obviously did acquire an edge in Kendrick Folk at pick 14. So do you address another need in running back, linebacker, or safety? They draft Donovan Jackson in the first round last year. And there is really nobody here that I really like for them. There's a lot of edge rushers here. A lot of tackles. They do really need tackle help. But Caden McDonald, whom is a good run defender, and obviously they've allowed a lot of rushing yards to running backs this year. So I think that would be a good fit for them, is Caden McDonald. So we're going to have him going at 21. Now, the Chargers are an interesting one. They need guard. Caleb Banks is going to continue to fall just based on him only playing 3 games this year, not recording a single sack in any of those games. And the Chargers, they need guard. So Iono is going to go here from Penn State. Should really help the interior of that offensive line. We take a look. He played mostly at left guard. But even then, he could slide over to right guard, I'm sure, and maybe even left tackle or right tackle. Very versatile. Even played some snaps at center when I'm in 2024, so could definitely help the Chargers there. And now my Buffalo Bills are up at 23. And we're going to go TJ Parker here. Just based on his production in 2024 alone, he was a top 5 pick. Now, the Clemson defense was not good this year. So, I mean, he was a lone bright spot for them and had 6 sacks, 23 quarterback hurries, 12 quarterback hits. And he can even line up on the inside of the inside of the line if he needs to. So I think TJ Parker would be a good pick here. Now the Rams are back up again. Tackle is a need, which we addressed, I believe. Let me go check back. No, we addressed the corner need, and now tackle is a need. Now, if Spencer Fotto did not go at 16, I think he would have been their pick here. But now at 24, Caleb Proctor is going to be my selection here. Out of Alabama. Only allowed 2 sacks this season. Did allow 14 quarterback hurries, which is not great. But, I mean, he's just a reliable tackle, and they haven't really been able to address the tackle need since Andrew Whitworth's department after they won their Super Bowl. So, I mean, who's to say that's maybe the only reason they haven't been back to the Super Bowl in these past few years. Caleb Proctor going to go there. At 25, the Philadelphia Eagles. Best player available, really. And best player available, in theory, is Caleb Banks. And like I said, in theory. But they need edge. They don't need interior defensive line. They have Jalen Carter. They have Jordan Davis. So, I think they take Romel Heights. Or Height, rather. Obviously, they haven't played Oregon yet, but he had 8 sacks this season. 40 quarterback hurries. This is really what you want to see, is quarterback hurries. And you get to see him disrupt the quarterback often. He's in the backfield a lot, disrupting plays more often than not. So we're going to have him going at 25 here. And now the Texans at 26. And Cameron Loom is here. Caleb Loom, correction. He is a tackle. He's 6'6", 380 pounds. Obviously is draft eligible, but will he declare for the draft? Who knows? I mean, he's lined up at left tackle, has a few snaps at right, but mostly left tackle. And I think with his height, they could slide down somebody to guard. I think Caleb Loom could be really good. And now the pick from the Jaguars, Cleveland is back up. They don't need tight end. And who they would have selected most likely is already gone. Caleb just went. Goodness, I don't know why I can't stop saying Cameron, but I mean, if we take a look at offensive tackle, I mean, the next guy is Dunger, and he's not great. So, I don't think they go tackle here. They could take another receiver in Casey Conception, but, I mean, like, are you really going to double up a receiver in the first round? They have so many other needs, with JOK may not even be returning. They draft Mason Graham in the first round last year, so that takes away the need for interior defensive line. This is a pick that may shock some people. I mean, a quarterback I mean, just to get the fifth-year option off of Ty Simpson, maybe. I mean, he didn't have a bad season, but for what pace he was on, hasn't looked great the past couple of weeks. I think this is going to be who I draft. Definitely maybe an unpopular pick. Let me know in the comments. But just to get the fifth-year option, I mean, really, what's wrong with getting the fifth-year option? I mean, they had the chance to draft Shedeur Sanders in the third round last year. And are you really sold on Shedeur Sanders is the question for that pick. And I'm really not. I think he's not going to be too great. And throwing Ty Simpson behind that offensive line, let him try to make some plays, may not be the smartest thing to do, but it's what I'm going to do here. And now Casey Concepcion is going to go here. I mean, 61 catches, almost 1,000 yards, 9 receiving touchdowns. I mean, he reminds you of another JSN type. I mean, he's good after the catch. He can stretch the field. And with Brandon Ayuk being out the entire season last year, he's going to have some rust. And Ricky Pearsall, I mean, for goodness sake, it's Ricky Pearsall. That's all I have to say about that. Casey Concepcion is going to go here at 28. Now the Bears, the defensive line. And Caleb Banks is here. Do I feel like Caleb Banks is the smartest pick? No. I mean, this is his last season. But if you're taking off physical upside, he's 330 pounds, 6'6". And if we go based off his 2024 season, he was really good. I mean, he was able to hurry the quarterback. He got 4 sacks. And if his season wasn't really cut short by injuries, I think he could have been really good. And really, what do you have to lose? I mean, I get it's your first round pick, but you're picking pick 29. What do you have to lose? I mean, you could take Christian Miller here, who honestly, somebody who played 13 games, was not good, to say the least. I mean, he hurries the quarterback. He's good in run defense. But, I mean, like, is he, I mean, I guess he's a little bit younger than Caleb Banks, but I feel like you take the physical upside. I mean, he's taller, he's a little bit heavier, more fit to play the defensive tackle position, I believe. So we're going to have him going 29. And now, to round out the first round, we have the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Seattle Seahawks. The New England Patriots pick at 30. Now, there isn't really here anybody I would want them to go with. Like, I'm gung-ho, absolutely sold for. But Hunter Henry isn't getting much younger. You don't have another tight end behind him. Why not get the best tight end on the board? Kenyon Sadiq, 42 catches, over 500 yards, and 8 receiving touchdowns. I mean, he could really help a young Drake May, who's honestly been really good, and he throws to the tight end a lot of checkdowns, and I believe Kenyon Sadiq could put them over the top, because I don't think they'll make the Super Bowl, but if they do, and Kenyon Sadiq is there, if they don't, or if they do, regardless, they're picking the same range, so I do think they'll still take him. And to round out the first round, the 2 Super Bowl predictions by PFF is the Broncos and the Seahawks, who they have winning it all. The Broncos need linebacker. C.J. Allen seems to be a good pick here. I mean, he's pretty good. Good run defender. plays in the box a lot. I mean, he's not really that flexible. Fast enough to guard some of the slot receivers. I mean, he's 6'1", 235. Is a bit younger than some of the other linebackers down the board. I mean, taking a look at the linebacker position. I mean, your next option is Anthony Hill Jr. at 46. I mean, he's also a junior, 21 years old. I think CJ Allen is going to be the selection here, just going based off of athletics. And to round out the top 32, as some people may call it, the Seattle Seahawks, and Colton Hood, another Tennessee corner, had the one interception, returned it for a touchdown. I mean, everybody who's targeted him, pretty bad passer rating. It mostly lines up on the outside corner. Could play a little bit of the slot. I mean, he plays in the box a little bit. Could be a good blitzer. I mean, his draft stock is, it's dipped a little bit from, like, right here where he was projected around the 26th pick. I think that he's going to, just to get the fifth-year option out of the way, he's going to go Seattle here. And now we are on to the second round. If you've been enjoying so far, make sure to like, subscribe. Helps me out a lot, and it's free. To the second round we go. The Raiders, with the 33rd overall pick, get their quarterback at number 1 with Fernando Mendoza. Now, if we take a look at wide receiver, Ian Strong is the best available. I mean, they could help him out there. But they have holes all along the defense. But there's also Genus Dunker, who is an offensive tackle out of Iowa. And if there's anything I know about Iowa, they run the football a lot. And that, on top of it helping Fernando Mendoza, would also help Ashton Jeanty, their 6th overall pick from last year. I mean, he only allowed 3 sacks, 6 quarterback hurries. I mean, on top of him being a good run blocker, he could develop as a pass blocker as well. So I think they're going to take him here. It'll help Fernando Mendoza on top of helping Ashton Jeanty as well. Now at pick 34, New York, they get their linebacker of the future, Angel Reese, listen to me, that's a female basketball player, Avril Reese. And now they could go receiver, potentially, but they need offensive line help. I mean, the best offensive lineman still on the board just went. And now you have Brandon Sice here. Or Sice. I mean, he had an interception, returned for a touchdown. The passer rating for opposing quarterbacks has not been great. I mean, he can line up in the slot, can line up in the box as well. So, I think they're going to go with him, or I'm going to have them taking him here. And now the New York Jets. So, they get their quarterback, they get him a receiver at 18. Let me just go double check it real quick. Yeah, they get Denzel Boston at 18. So now they can really address the defense. And Christian Miller is here. Now, like I said, he's a good run defender, but he's not a great pass rusher. He's not going to get to the quarterback a lot, which most defensive tackles don't. But occasionally you find your Ndamukong Suhs of the world who can rush the passer incredibly well. And Christian Miller's a good run defender, which they ran all over this season, so should help them there. Tennessee Titans up with their second pick. They could keep Joshua Josephs in the state and have him come from Knoxville to Nashville. Do I like that storyline a lot? Yeah, I do. And if we take a look at R. Mason Thomas, I mean, he had 6 sacks this season. LT Overton only had 5. And Joshua Joseph had 5 sacks, 22 quarterback hurries, but he could also bat the ball. I mean, he mostly lines up outside the tackle, so in a 5 technique. If you don't know what a 5 technique is, you line up on the outside shoulder of the tackle. So, I mean, most edge rushers line up in the 5 technique. I mean, at least most edge rushers in a traditional 4-3 do. So, Joshua Joseph was going to stay in the state of Tennessee and just move to Nashville. Arizona, they get their player in David Bailey to rush the passer. And now it's time to help out who the quarterback's going to be. They could take receiver. I mean, they have Marvin Harrison. But they could also take a tackle. They could take an interior offensive lineman. I mean, the best interior offensive lineman on the board is Emmanuel Paragon. Or Pregon. So, I mean, I feel like this is just another pick where they may end up trading down in real life because they just not great. But PFF is stupid, as I've addressed before. I mean, R. Mason Thomas, I feel like he has a little bit more upside than LT Overton. He is a senior, so a little bit older than most, but sometimes you like that experience. So to pair along with David Bailey, we could take R. Mason Thomas, or we could take Maria Washington, who is an interior defensive lineman. Gets to the quarterback a little bit. I mean, he could play over the tackle as well, so I mean, Jonathan Gannon is a defensive-minded head coach. Well, there's my dog. Yeah, my dog. But Washington is going to go here at 37. And now Cleveland. So they get a wide receiver, and they draft their quarterback potentially. Now, do I think they could have drafted him here? Yeah, but like the 5th-year option is a very, very useful thing. And Ian Strong is here at wide receiver. Yeah, Myles Garrett. I mean, your defense is completely like a top 10 unit in the NFL if your offense would just produce something. So, I mean, we take a look at defensive tackle, or offensive tackle, once again. There's not really great options here. I mean, Austin didn't allow a sack this year. Honestly, was actually really good. 6'5", 325 is a junior. Could be pretty good for this selection here. Top candidate at this point. Trevor Goosby allowed 3 sacks. I did watch them play their bowl game against Michigan. Arch Manning was not running for his life against Michigan, so potential. But I think the best option here is going to be Austin. Just that way they can protect their quarterback. I mean, they get him an option to throw to. Things may end up looking up for the Browns, but they also may not. definitely questionable. But uh, this Houston pick via Washington, I mean, they take best player available the last time, and that's most likely what they're going to do again here. I mean, they don't need receiver, and the interior offensive line talent is not great here. So, for that reason, LT Overton, who can play inside, I think could be a good option here. I mean, he's 6'5", 278, so he is a little bit undersized for the defensive tackle position, but could also be a rotational edge rusher. I mean, R. Mason Thomas is just a little bit older, even more undersized than LT Overton is. I mean, Uliungule, he may end up being a little bit more, he's a little bit more fit to play the position, but LT Overton, a little bit more upside there. So we're going to draft him to the Texans. Now at 40 with the New Orleans Saints, they get their guy at they get their guy Ruben Bain to play the defensive line positions, and they need another threat for Tyler Shuck. So Ian Strong, pretty decent year at Rutgers, 52 catches, 762 yards, and 5 receiving touchdowns, is going to be the selection here. I mean, he's 6'3", 211, so he's a big body. Can go up for jump balls as well as potentially just rack yardage. So Ian Strong will go there. And the Chiefs, with Travis Kelce, I believe, retiring after this season, there isn't really a tight end I would select at this position. I mean, even Eli Stowers, who I believe they may end up taking later down the board, in the third round potentially. They need edge as well. So we're going to pair Chris Jones with R. Mason Thomas. Help out their defensive line. The Bengals' interior offensive line is really a need. They also need interior defensive line. But once again, there's just nobody on the board right here. I mean, Gabe Jacobs is once again, a little undersized to play interior defensive line. So I think you go with just best player available. They also couldn't use corner. Keith Abney II. I mean, he played all 12 games this year. A very low quarterback rate or passer rating when targeted, 2 interceptions this year. Your number one boundary quarter, I think, could really help them. So Keith Abney is going to go here. Miami, they need everything. Keith Abney would have probably been good for them at this selection. Losing Jaden Phillips did not help at all. But they could use edge rusher. Uliungule could definitely help them there. I mean, Oregon is there. Obviously, I'm not a big Oregon fan, but I think he's a decent player. And now the Falcons up with their first pick because they traded their first round pick away to the Rams. So, they need receiver. Elijah Sart, however you pronounce that name. 51 catches. Did not reach 700 yards, but he was close. And 12 receiving touchdowns. That's really what you want to see. I mean, he's not your average rat guy. but he's a good red zone threat. 6'2", 213. I think his draft stock from the previous year was better. Chris Bell out of Louisville, 72 receptions, 19 or listen to me, 19. That would be insane if somebody had 1900 yards, but 917 yards and 6 receiving touchdowns. If you're looking for a yardage guy, that's really who you want. And the Falcons, I think they have their big jump ball guy. Now, arguably, they could use another jump ball guy, but they have Drake London, and I think Chris Bell could help them with the rack yardage game, so we're going to have him go there. The Buccaneers, I mean, once again, they really need everything. They draft their linebacker in Sony Styles, so linebacker is still an option if you want to pair up a linebacker duo for the future. But Gabe Jacas is as well here. And he had 12 sacks this season, 22 quarterback hurries. Definitely going to be who they select here. At 46, the New York Jets. I mean, another pick after they took Christian Miller. They have Denzel Boston, they have Dante Moore. Now they can address their need at linebacker with drafting Anthony Hill Jr., who I believe is one of the better linebackers in the country right now. Is still only going to be 21 by the time his first season rolls around. So I think Anthony Hill Jr. could really help them on defense. And they're addressing their needs so far in this draft with 4 picks so far. Lions on the clock. There is really nobody here I would really want them to take. But they need corner. But they drafted a corner in the first round. I mean, with the immersion of Isaac TeSlaa as a jump ball guy, you have James Williams, and obviously you have Amon-Ra St. Brown, so you don't really need that. So Trevor Goosby is going to be the pick. They need tackle with potentially Taylor Decker retiring. Actually, I do think that he did retire. And they address that need in the second round here. Now, Baltimore, they took BPA last time, and I think they're going to take that this time as well. They are known for developing talent, and AJ Hulse, who had a really good season at safety, could play in the box like Kyle Hamilton, really good box safety. I believe at the start of the season, he was a lower round pick, potentially going in the 4th, and then now he's traveled up, and up, and up, and up. So, I think he would be a good pick for them here. I know they have Malachi Stark. They have Kyle Hamilton, but if they're not going to have Kyle Hamilton back there, they could play Hamilton in the sub linebacker role, and then have Hulse back there deep, as well as Malachi Starks. I think that would be a good deal for them. And now, another pick where Minnesota's most likely going to go BPA. They need DB. And my dog is still in here, bro. But Chris Johnson could really help them at defensive back. Had 4 interceptions for San Diego State. And he is in his senior season, so a little bit older. But with him being older comes experience. I mean, he's tall enough to where he could play safety if he wanted to. And he's very versatile. So Chris Johnson's going to go here at 49. Now, on to pick 50, Indianapolis. They need quarterback. But, number 1 quarterback on the board right now is Garrett Nussmeier. I think they wait till next year to draft a quarterback. But they also need linebacker and safety. Dylan Thyman, I really like him at safety, and Kamari Ramsey, I also like at safety. They also need interior defensive line. Zion Young, who had 8 sacks this season, 30 quarterback hurries, a little bit undersized to play defensive tackle. So, for that very reason, they need a linebacker as well, and they also have Dante Lawson here, who plays at Alabama, who is really good in 2023. I mean, he was arguably just about the same as in 2024. And here in 2025, he played a little bit more pass rusher, which I don't really think they need pass rusher, but he could blitz if they need him to. And good run defender, could play coverage. I think he could really help boost their defense. And he's going to go here. Now, Carolina, they need linebacker, with arguably the best linebacker still on the board just went. So, if we take a look at linebacker, I mean, you have Whit Weeks, who is also here. You have Teron York. So, I don't really think he's going to... I don't think they would take him here this early in the second. And I feel like they could get Bryce Young another weapon. Xavier Legette, who they took a first round in 2023-2024 season, didn't really work out. And out of these two receivers, Jeremy Bernard, I like him. He's a good slot receiver. Could play out wide if he has to. 60 receptions, 800 yards, and 7 receiving touchdowns, his highest in his college career. We're going to have him going here. And at 52 for the Steelers, we're flying through the second round. 52 for the Steelers. They need receiver. And Elijah Sarart, or however you pronounce his name, gonna have him going there. Now, Green Bay, very interesting. Another team without their first round pick this year. I mean, they need tackle. Caleb Tannor, or Tannar, however you pronounce his name. But only had 3 sacks this season, only 6 quarterback hurries. Pretty decent, with Zach Tom set to hit free agency if they don't re-sign him. Definitely could be a needed pick. Now, the Chargers, they get their guy on the interior. They drafted Marion Hampton last year, so they don't need running back. So Jonah Coleman will continue to just be there. I mean, running back 2 of the class is not fantastic. I feel like I could see him going to the Texans down here. Maybe spoiling the future pick there, who knows. But, I mean, they need defensive line. Zion Young could help them. I mean, they have big enough edge rushers already on their team to slide them down. And he could also be a rotational edge rusher for John Harbaugh if they decide to use him that way. Buffalo, with the best edge rusher still available off the board, they need DB. Now it's just the decision between Dylan Thyman and Kamari Ramsey. I mean, Thyman, they could play him in the slot, could also play him in the box, which is where he really likes to thrive, in the box. If they're looking for a more traditional safety, I do not want to leave the site. Okay. They could get Kamari Ramsey, who is a more traditional safety, plays back deep a lot, could also plays in the slot a lot, so I mean he has I mean he's more of your prototypical defensive back, can play both safety and corner, which I think is what they're really looking for. So Kabari Ramsey going to go there. Next is the Rams, who they really just need a quarterback now, and there's not really a quarterback on the board worth taking with this selection. So Dylan Thyman can develop, and I believe they will just take best player available, and I believe that is Dylan Thyman. Now the Eagles need guard. Emmanuel Pagan is here, so he's going to go. And now at 58, my guy Jonah Coleman finds his home with the Texans. In the second round, Jacksonville needs interior defensive line. With their first round pick being traded, they're going to take Dante Colern. Big enough. I mean, he's big enough to play mostly inside. I mean, they can line up on top. He can line up on top of the tackle if he needs to, but he's your prototypical nose tackle, going to stuff the run, not really do much else. Could develop some pass rush ability in the future, but really they need to stop the run. San Fran, they get a wide receiver in the first round. They did interior, like just a guard, and Connor Lee did not take a single snap at guard, which is unfortunate for them. And Jake Slaughter did he play at guard? No, doesn't really make sense for him there, unless they want to slide their center down, who they have right now, to guard, which we've seen that happen in the past, and it doesn't really work. Chandler Rivers, I mean, he had 2 interceptions, 1 return to the house. Could play slot. Could also play in the box. Plays a little bit back deep. I think he was really good for the Blue Devils this season. And they really just, they need safety / cornerback, so he can go there. And we're down to our last 4 selections in this video. Let me know how you think I did in today's video. With the Bears here, they take Caleb Banks in the first round. They need safety with no safeties really on the board. I mean, do they double up on interior offensive line or on interior defensive line? I think they do. Dominique Orange, once again, your prototypical run-stuffing defensive tackle. Could also probably be flexed out to edge if he needs to be, but really wants to thrive inside those gaps. So he's going to go here. So they double up on interior defensive linemen. Now, the Patriots take Kenyon Sadiq at 30 the last time. And neither one of these centers really played guard for me to justify them going there. And Chris Brazzell II is here. I mean, we could double up on pass catchers for Derek made a throw to. Had 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns on 61 receptions. I think he could be a good jump ball receiver for them. And, they have Keyshawn Boutte, who could be that speed guy. And outside of that, Stephon Diggs isn't getting any younger. Brazzell could be that number 2 guy if he needs to be, or he could even be that number 1. Denver on the clock. They need center. So, why not give him the best center in the draft, technically? Connor Lee going to go here at pick 64. I know it's quite boring, but once again, the next center off the board will be Jake Slaughter to end off this draft. Let me know how you thought I did. And if you enjoyed it, consider subscribing and Really helps me out. I mean, it's free. Would really appreciate it. But if you don't, you can always come back to it. I mean, and if you do subscribe, you can always unsubscribe later. So, thank you all so much for watching. I'm DW, signing out. Have a blessed day.